Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 2025. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by STK, the coach for Loud, coming into this event after finishing 5th and 6th in kickoff. And so, STK, gotta give my thanks to you for doing an interview with me for this occasion. And so, the first thing I want to ask you is sort of, the break. Now we're roughly a few weeks since Loud was eliminated from kickoff. How have you been spending this preparation? How have you been looking at the team's adjustments from then up until this current moment in time?
First of all, thank you for the questions and for your time. Like for us, this break was we need this break because we need to adapt a lot of stuff on our gameplay. So basically, what we are doing, like trying to play all the new maps, the maps that we are not playing really well in the kickoff. Trying the new agents also, like Vice, Tejo. Now we have AWLA, so we can like understand really well the meta that we are going to play against, so we can have like advantage on that. So we have like more, how can I say it, like more ways to play against the teams that play like that, or use the same style. So we need like more cards on our deck.
Mhm. I mean, obviously, like you've had a chance to kind of have some I don't how do I say a lot of more time than other of the best teams within Americas to kind of adjust and have to play with a new style. And as you kind of mentioned already, with that Waylay and two new maps into the map pool, out of all of the adjustments that the team has been able to make throughout the break, what do you feel is the most important from your point of view that you felt your squad had to work on the most, that you guys can now be at a much better level heading into stage one?
I think especially improve our map pool. I think that we are like playing really good on the kickoff, like Split, Heaven, but the other maps we are like lacking a little bit, like not playing really well. Like for example, Bind, we are playing bad. So now we have Ascent and Icebox, so we need to be good on these maps too. So I think that if we want to be champions of the tournament, we need to have at least 5 or 6 good maps. So it was our focus and understand better the especially Tejo, because I think that we have only Tejo in Split, and he was like being used a lot for other teams, and we were like trying to see how can we can put him in our compositions. So it was like a little bit tough because Tejo is not this kind of agents that do a lot of damage, not pick a lot of infos. It's not part of our style. So
Mhm.
that's different. We are not changing our style, so it was like just trying to see how can we adapt him better.
Mm. Then I guess it'd be fair to say that now you guys have a better idea of how to like use Tejo nowadays, because like you kind of mentioned right there, you guys haven't really used Tejo a lot compared to the other teams within the league, and also like in Master. So it'd be fair to say that you guys now can like use the agent more often, or what do you think?
Yeah, we can use the agent more often, and now once we play again, if we don't, are not using him, we can play against them teams that play with it like better. Now, for example, I think that we have a lot of difficulties against Tejo and Pearl against Sentinels, for example, and because we are not like practicing too much against teams that play Tejo on Pearl, for example, because the other teams, most of them are playing like Sova and KO, or playing Fade and other agent. And now we are like have a lot of more experience in how to deal with it.
Mhm. Yeah, and one other topic that I want to ask you about regarding to the team, not just focusing on like the kickoff event itself. Well,
Mhm.
kind of it's similar to or a little bit touching into that, but more so like the progression of the team itself, because like you have to go from like having the likes of Sadak and Les in 2024, and then moving that over into the core of like Vinny, Gigi Zane, Pancada, Tweez, Cow, and Zine, a brand new cast of players, and something that you guys had to work around for 2025. And now we're kind of finishing up the first phase of the competition and entering into the second phase, which is stage one. And with that said, now it's be fair to say that you guys have been able to play for a decent amount of time together. And so, what I want to ask you, STK, is how have you viewed the progression of the team itself? just camaraderie, just having to understand each other's play styles and having to like gradually improve throughout the season. So how have you viewed the progression within that aspect?
I think that's the main problem that we have before is that since we have players that came for different schools, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, or not like in the same page in the strats in the way that we think the game. So I think that the most important part for us was like to see the impressions that they have about the game, how they think, so you can like uh, pick all the information that they have so you can adapt on our game and understand them how they think. So for example, sometimes I was like saying to someone, you should do that, and she said like, I understand what you are going to ask me to do, but I think like this way. So I was like, okay, this way is good also, so I was not thinking like that. So I think that's the most part for us is putting everyone in the same page. So I think that we are progressing a lot on that. I think that we now we understand as a group everything that we should do as a team, so as the map can work better. So sometimes in the past matches and in practice, we like sometimes someone took a decision that make the team is being like wrong. Like in a soccer team, like I don't know the name is. The guy that plays in defense was like in offense in the moments that he shouldn't. So like 10 seconds later, we took a goal. So that's why I think that's what you need to understand. Like everyone has their papers. Sometimes you need to be aggressive. Sometimes you need to be passive. So I think that we are not having like a good balance on that. Everyone wants to be so aggressive. So right now we need to balance stuff.
Just having like the right synergy. I think that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of the
yeah,
right way
yeah,
to say it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Everyone needs to understand the paper on the game. That their functions. If you need to hold, if you need to push, if you have a friend like he's going for a fight, if you should help him, or you like if you know other part of the map, you should like just stay hide and pick information. It's kind of stuff like that.
Mhm. I mean, now kind of looking over to yourself as TK, just focusing on yourself as the coach. Kind of similar a way that I want to ask you for this question. Having to go from a different team in 2024 to 2025, and just having to learn from the issues that Loud experienced. And I do understand that you kind of took that into consideration when it comes to building this squad, but like taking a focus on just sort of learning and lessons from last year, and how difficult it was, and just having to like try to figure out the best way to play. Like looking back on like using quick and then having Salah play like a little bit of duelist, in stage two. How do you kind of look at your view, or more so your lessons, your improvements as a coach to have the team play in the way that you want them to play?
Yeah, I think that the first of all, something that you should need to do to win matches is be like the IGL and the coach needs to be in the same page. I think that if they think too much different, you're not gonna work. I think that we have like this kind of problem in the past. So this thing that I was trying to explain to Vinny, like I wanna hear you, but I have like this kind of stuff that I need you to do. So this was the first one. The second one, I think that's is the change. I think the changes in between the season was not that good. I think that our experience was not the best that we can have. I think that sometimes the team needs like more time and more time together playing and outside the game so they can connect more. I think that this is something that we have really good in our team right now. That's our out game is really really good. I think that we have like a lot of fun together. We discuss a lot of stuff outside the game, and this kind of stuff impacts on the game. I think that's something that were not like in this level before. Something that we should we are doing better right now. I think that's I something that I learned a lot. It was like about the way that I express myself to the players so they can understand me more better. So sometimes I think that I'm a kind of person. I don't know how to explain it, but if you say something to me, I can like imagine this and put something like a picture in my head. I can see the scene. Understand what I mean?
Mhm.
And like the players that I have, sometimes they are not this kind of stuff, this kind of people. They can imagine a scene. They need to see the stuff itself. Like for example, if you say like for me, these agents are on this place and all that, I like imagine Valorant image in my head, and I can see like everyone in the positions. Like other players, normally they just need to see it itself. They can imagine. So it's like kind of stuff to learn to work with like that. People are better in hearing, people are better, other people are better in watching, other people are better in like practicing itself. So I think that I need to there's something that I learned a lot was about that, like how can I express myself so the player can understand better, if he's like he's a better hearing or seeing, whatever.
Well, at the very least, you guys are continuing, or more so being on the right path. Having
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
improve, because like I remember, like before kickoff, not many people were looking at Loud as like a potential contender towards qualifying or being like within the top of Americas. You guys were able to do that, finishing fifth and sixth. But of course, with stage one, the expectation is to do better, and hopefully
Yeah.
you guys are able to do that in due time. And so, STK, I'd like to ask you more questions, but the voices in my head are telling me to wrap up, so I'm gonna have to do exactly that. Still, gotta give my thanks to you for the interview, the answers, and of course, best of luck goes to yourself and the rest of the team in stage one.
Thanks, man. Have a good day for you, and thanks for the questions and for your time.